Colorado firefighters are working to protect the small town of Meeker from wildfires. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. The Lee and Elk fires are burning on both sides of Meeker in Rio Blanco County in western Colorado. To give you a better idea, here's a map for you. Meeker is home to about 2,400 people, which are under pre-evacuation notice. You can see the Lee and Elk fires burning on either side of the town. The bigger one, the Lee fire, is to the left, being fueled by hot and dry conditions.
We are waiting to get updated numbers on the size of the fires this afternoon. We know they've grown. The last estimate had the combined size at 60,000 acres, about 94 square miles. The Red Cross has set up 2 shelters for evacuees. Some, though, are choosing to stay behind with the hopes that the winds hold off from spreading that fires further. 9 News weather impact meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen joins us from Meeker. And Corey, you spoke to someone that is staying back, choosing to stay.
Yeah, you know, there's probably about half the town that decided to evacuate when that fire made the big run yesterday, and about the other half are kind of hanging on to some hope that this fire will be able to be kept out of town. You know, after kind of a very quiet and calm night, this fire has been reactivated in the heat of the afternoon, and the gusty winds. We're starting to pick up a few 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts that have been measured right here in Meeker, but up there on the fire line, it's likely a few miles per hour stronger because of the differences in the more extreme differences in the temperature and the air pressure up there. But once we get down here, in Meeker, things still appear to be relatively calm right where we are. But the most active spots on this fire are to the south and to the west. Now, we were just down this road right here, Highway 64, at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, about 15 miles to the west of Meeker, when we actually saw the Lee fire come up over a ridge, and it looked like it was going to make a major run towards the highway. The U.S. Forest Service guy that was there, he told us, you need to get out of here right now. So we went back to Meeker, where it was actually safe. They said they were going to try to close this road down, but maybe that fire did not make a run down that ridge, because we're seeing people freely come and go from Highway 64 at this moment. Now, as far as the actual town of Meeker, we were down in the town several times today, and it's just about 2 miles from where I am right now, and it was kind of business as usual. There are gas stations open, there's stores open, people kind of milling around trying to get things that they would normally get done on a normal day, and perhaps some of them were trying to make preparations to evacuate should they put a mandatory evacuation order on the actual town. But, you know, having a wildfire at your doorstep, really having 2 wildfires surrounding the town on both sides, has created some chaotic moments here in Meeker. But the residents here are also saying that they saw this coming really for about 8 months.
Dry, hot and dry. Yeah. You know, we had some rain and stuff early this spring, but we didn't have a winter. I don't think we got 8 inches of snow at any given time.
Is that pretty unusual?
Yeah. Generally we have, you know, several deep snows.
So what we have been seeing over the last several weeks here is high evaporation rates under very extreme heat and a lot of direct sunlight that's pulling the moisture out of the vegetation. This fire is consuming fuels like juniper and pinyon pine and sagebrush, so it dries out much faster than a large lodgepole pine would do in a conifer forest, like some of the fires that we've seen on the Front Range. So this fire is really active and moving around in different fashions. So it's been a very active and kind of aggressive behavior, and we are expecting that again today. Yesterday it was between 1 and 6 p.m. where we saw the winds direct this fire, and that is what we're seeing once again. So we're going to be continuing to report on this through that 6 o'clock hour. Once the sun goes down tonight, that is when things are expected to calm down here once again. But reporting live here in Meeker, I'm meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen with the 9 News Weather Impact Team.
We see that wind with Corey, and hearing them talk about this, I've heard them say, Chris, we never got a monsoon season.
Exactly right. And I think that's one of the keys, especially for us here along the Front Range, Kim, is the fact that we really didn't, along the Front Range, we had a pretty good rain season, specifically May and June. July was a bit rougher for us, but west of the Continental Divide, I feel like I kind of beat the drum on this for several months. Corey did as well. We all did on the Weather Impact team. We just did not have that monsoon season across the western slope. We had a very dry April, May, June. You heard it from that gentleman a second ago. The winter, northwest Colorado, pretty rough, and Meeker right about here, and that's where we did see, I should say a little bit further north, Meeker right about there. Through Friday, 35-mile-an-hour gusts, and that's why we've still got that fire weather warning for us here in the high country. In Denver right now at the airport, it is 99 right now. That ties the daily record for us out at the airport, and also our second warmest day so far this year. At the 9 News studios here, we hit 100 degrees around 1:45 this afternoon. So got the triple digits here at the 9 News studios. Airport right now hovering at 99. Still got plenty of time to hit 100 degrees there at the airport for the second time this year. Meantime, along the I-25 corridor, heat advisory through 7 p.m. Radar, we are seeing some brief gusty winds. So watch out here in the next hour. You may get a brief surge of 40, 50, maybe even 60-mile-an-hour winds. Brief as these showers and thunderstorms die on out. Full details on when we get a meaningful cool down coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Chris. The triple-digit days can be especially hard on people who work outside. Aspen Moon Farm in Boulder County adjusts to the heat during the harvest season.
9 News Northern Colorado reporter Amanda Gilbert shows us how they keep their plants and workers safe.
Aspen Moon Farms has about 90 acres of flowers and vegetables. That can be a lot to deal with, especially when it's in the upper 90s. And that's why the owner, Jason Griffith, says they focus on harvesting in the mornings.
Then in the late afternoon, they try to switch to more indoor jobs. They're sorting and cutting onions. They also have to get the plants and flowers ready for sale. Jason says when the plants come in from the fields, they can actually be pretty hot too. So there's steps they take before putting them in coolers.
Hydrocool them, put wet burlap on them, as you can see, whatever we got to do to keep them cold so that we're packing them.
Out in the fields, Jason said they also do have a lot of shade coverings like this one. They also have hydration stations with water and electrolytes, and of course, they take breaks. In Boulder County, Amanda Gilbert, 9 News.
There will soon be one less grocery store in Lakewood along West Colfax. Safeway is doing a total inventory blowout sale at their store on Colfax and Garrison. The company says the store will be closed by Saturday. They said it wasn't an easy decision to make. A spokesperson said the company hopes to transfer as many employees as they can to other stores.